Hey everybody, welcome to the All Things Overlanding channel. On today's 3-Minute Thursday, we're going to be looking at a cool product that could potentially save your life. So if you want to find out more, stick around. All right, so as I mentioned, today's product that we're going to be talking about is a product that could potentially save your life someday. And the product that I'm talking about is the Sawyer 34-ounce personal water bottle with a built-in filter. It's this product right here. I've actually taken this on several trips before, and one of which was probably a 23, 24-mile hiking trip in a weekend. And I tell you what, this thing is amazing. It's awesome. So let's get started with some specs first. So it's 34 ounces, so it holds quite a bit of water. It's BPA free. The cool thing is, so this filter, I'll show you how this works here. When you take the lid off, there's a straw, and the filter is actually built directly into the straw. So the cool thing about it is you can actually just fill this up from pretty much any water source, drop this in here, and then when you're drinking from it, it's just filtering that water straight through that filter for you while you're sucking on the straw. So as far as specs go, that filter, though, that I just showed you will remove 99.9999999999999 to infinity percent of bacteria like salmonella, cholera, E. coli, those type of things. It'll remove all that stuff for you directly from the straw. It's still, though, despite the filter, and again, I've used this personally several times, it is a little bit tougher to suck than like a normal straw, but it's not crazy like what you would expect. Like you would expect it to be like trying to suck water through sand, right? But it's not like that at all. It actually works really well, and it's hard to tell that there's even a filter on here. So getting into the design, it's straightforward. It looks like a water bottle, right? There's nothing special here. And I would say that there's probably some competitors that are a little bit nicer looking. Personally, though, for me, I'm a function over form type of guy, especially when it comes to camping. So I prefer this, personally. It comes with a little carabiner, which is great. So you can just strap it right onto your backpack. It's got this little cover here that opens up and then reveals the straw, so that way you can keep your straw clean. The last trip that I used it on was actually pouring down rain, so it's kind of nice to just be able to close it up, keep it sealed, keep it clean. And then when I needed a drink, boom, you just pop it up, you suck through the straw, and you're good. As I mentioned, from a use standpoint, I wanted to test this thing, right? Like I almost didn't believe it. It sounded too good to be true. So when I went on my trip, I actually went to a creek and literally just filled this thing up from the creek and then jammed this back down in it and started drinking it. And that sounds kind of crazy, and obviously you wouldn't want to do that just for fun per se, but I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see and ensure that this thing actually was something that could be used in a survival situation. And I tell you what, the water tasted great. It was crystal cold, crystal clear, super cold from the creek, tasted delicious, and it was pretty murky. I made a little funnel out of some rocks to kind of give the water a little bit more flow so that it wasn't as stagnant. But I scooped it right up from the creek with this, and then I drank from it for the rest of the day. So the nice thing was, especially on a backpacking trip, when you don't want to carry that much stuff with you, I filled this thing up before I left and just drank clean, clear water out of it using the filter. And then when I got there, I ran out of water, midway through the first day, and we just stopped by a creek. I live in Indiana, so there was plenty of water. I'm not in the desert or anything like that. But just stopped by a creek, filled it back up, and boom, I got a whole new water bottle full of clean, clear water that I can drink with no fear of, any diseases or anything like that. And again, I've used this personally several times on several trips. It's really hardy. The construction of it is pretty thick plastic. It's well built. So I've thrown it around. I've thrown it in a pack. I've shoved it into a creek and banged it on rocks and filled it up from there. Drank water out of it. No ill side effects. No sickness whatsoever. So again, trying to keep this short. 3-Minute Thursday. Overall, here are my thoughts on this water bottle. So first of all, price. Price is a consideration for me on everything. I'm kind of a budget-minded overlander. That's kind of how I look at these things. This thing's a little bit pricey. It's about $35 currently, as of today, on Amazon. But here's the thing. There are other options that are slightly cheaper. So like a Life straw is maybe 15 to 20 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark. The thing about that though is, one, you can't carry the water with you. You have to go to the water source and then suck through the straw to be able to draw up that water. So you would have to constantly be in contact with the creek. So that's kind of what pushed me to this. Second of all, the functionality of it. 34 ounces is a good amount of water. So the fact that, as I just mentioned, you don't have to be near a water source. You don't have to have that water straw and go to a creek and drink from it. I can actually take the creek with me, if you will, in this water bottle was a huge factor in my decision to purchase this thing. So while it is a little bit more expensive, this is one of those things that you don't want to skimp out on, especially if you plan to use it as sort of your water solution for a trip. Personally, I highly recommend this thing. Like I said, I'm going to link to it down below in the comments. So if you're interested in it, definitely click on that link, go check it out, and get yourself one today. So again, if this is your first time watching one of my reviews, I do a review every week, and I also do a weekly podcast/vlog. So if you're interested in overlanding, if you're interested in camping, gear reviews, things like that, definitely check out the channel. Again, click subscribe, click the bell to be notified when new videos come out. If you like this video, please click the like button below. Also, I'd love it if you leave a comment. I get a lot of ideas for what to do on my next videos from subscribers and listeners like you. So again, please click below on the like button. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you'd like to hear on the next one. And as I always say, get out there, live, learn, discover, go out and have a good trip.